Hello and welcome to another video. We're back again with this Meg the Stallion redraw thing, and I'm just doing the coloring today. So for this video, for this coloring, I don't know really how to approach talking about it. It wasn't exactly hard, but I feel like it is not very good. Which makes me feel weird about it because, okay, I finished the sketch. You guys know yesterday I posted the video about the sketch, and I was like, the sketch is not going well. I had so much trouble doing the sketch. And eventually I got the sketch to where I felt like it was okay. I lined it in pink, just because the majority of the piece is pink. Her outfit is all pink. Her hair is pink. The bunny ears are pink. Majority of the drawing is pink. So I was like, we'll make the lines pink. And I felt like that looks nice. And even at the end, I feel like the lines look nice. I thought that maybe when I was going to color over the skin, since the skin is going to be brown, I thought maybe the lines were going to get lost, but they actually didn't. So I thought that part was good. But then, I don't know how to feel about it, you guys. I did test out the colors before I put them down. And I was testing them together also. But something about coloring the skin felt wrong to me. I think it was because the deepest shadow color I picked was not that much darker than the mid-tone that I picked. And I thought about going back and getting a new one. And then I was just like, no, it's okay. And then now I'm kind of like, I don't know. I don't think that it is actually okay. It's not bad. I feel like her skin turned out nice. I just feel like it's not good enough. Which is weird feeling to have. Is any art piece ever really good enough? You know, there's sometimes I finish something. It generally, when it's in the sketch phase and then to the line phase, I can be like, it's good enough. But when I get to the coloring, I feel like the coloring can't just be good enough. It has to be great or like good, you know. It just can't be good enough. I don't know why I feel that way. I feel like, I guess when I put the amount of effort in to do the sketch and to do the line art, I feel like the coloring should like boost the line art past the point of which I put it, right? But it's like, hey buddy, you're the one who made the sketch good enough. You're the one who lined a good enough sketch, okay? You can't expect color to come in and save the whole drawing. And you know what? That's me. That's my bad. I feel bad every time I break out my markers, and I'm like, the markers aren't completing the sketch in the way that I like. It's like, yeah, dumbass, because the foundation, you're not satisfied with the foundation. Color is not going to save a shitty foundation. And I feel so bad for my markers every time. I'm like, fix everything for me. And I'm not good enough at coloring for where the rendering can save my terrible line art and sketch, you know. But I think this is a terrible piece. I just wasn't wholeheartedly satisfied with it. I think because, I don't know, the face. I got the face to a place where I was like, this is okay. But I wouldn't say I'm ever 100% satisfied with the face for this one. But, you know, what can you do? I've worked on it for a long time, and I felt like if I worked on it for even a second longer, I was going to lose my mind. And sometimes we have to preserve our mind over scourging for like the best piece ever. Like, I don't do these for like, you know, I'm not like a masterpiece level artist. I can't spend 5 years doing one thing, right? So I'm like, I started this drawing, I gotta finish it. So I finished it, and maybe it's a little bit lackluster, but that's okay. It's just another step on the art journey. So going in a little bit about the coloring, like I said, the skin was pretty simple. I only used 3 colors for the skin. That's not true. I just remembered. Listen, this drawing is pink and blue, and every time I draw something that's pink and blue, I'm like, what if I added purple for the shading? I don't know what it is. I guess pink and blue makes me think of purple because of cotton candy, or because red and blue together makes purple, and then pink is very close to blue, and so it makes me think pink is very close to red, and so that makes me think of purple. I don't know. And so every time you see me making art and it's blue and pink, know that in my mind I'm like, but what if purple? So every second of my life that I'm working on this piece, I'm like, I should put purple in there. And I'm like, no, don't put purple. Don't put purple. Resist, bro. It doesn't need purple. Blue and pink and brown. That's all it needs. Okay? And so we went through coloring. I went ahead and I did the coloring for her skin. I think the skin actually turned out pretty good because, and the shading turned out pretty good for this, just because I was looking at the reference, and the reference actually had pretty strong lighting, thankfully, and so I pretty much just followed the reference when it came to coloring this in. Obviously I did not have all of the same colors as the reference. I feel like that pink is maybe not quite as hot pink as I would have liked it to be. It's a little bit more of a pastel pink, just because I only have pastel pinks. I'm not really a person who likes super saturated colors, which is not true. Actually, that's a lie. I don't know why I just lied straight in your guys' face like that. Whenever I color, I actually do tend to use like pretty bright saturated colors. I don't know. I just noticed that. I mean, that's not true. I know that I do that. I don't know. I think I just think for pinks, I guess more likely, I don't really just have any sort of hot pinks. I tend to like more pastel pinks personally, and so I feel like the pink that I use for this is not extremely vibrant in the way that I would have liked. I feel like the blue is probably a little bit closer to the blue in the picture. I feel like it's probably a little bit too saturated, but that's kind of the deal with markers. Is I guess you could mix colors if you wanted to. You just have to get like empty barrels, and then you'd have to buy like replacement inks. But I am not like a painter or a color mixer. I've never been good at that. I don't really understand color like that myself on like a personal level. Like if you told me, you could ask me like, hey, how do you make like purple? I'd be like blue and red, and that's not even true. It's like cyan and red or whatever, and that makes purple. If you're going by the what's it called, CMY instead of RG or BY, or what's it, red, blue, yellow, as opposed to cyan, magenta, yellow. And even if you ask me about cyan, magenta, yellow, I'm like, I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know how to make colors out of that. And even if you ask me red, green, red, blue, yellow, I know that one a little bit better, but still not very well. And part of the reason why I'm not a painter is because I can't mix colors, and that's why I use my markers majority of the time, is because they are just, I don't even know why I said majority of the time, all the time, god damn it. I mean, I guess when I'm just doing sketches, I just use pen and ink, but no, I'm using my markers majority of the time now. Thankfully, I'm getting back into the swing of my markers. Thankfully, it's been a while, but I feel like I'm getting back into the swing of it a little by little. But the only downside is you can't mix the colors, and so I had to just work with the colors that I have. I could go out and buy more Copics, but one, in this economy, $7 a marker and even $5 a marker, not really working out for me right now. I'm getting more hours at my job currently, so hopefully my paycheck's gonna start looking nice again and not pitiful, honestly, pitiful for the last few weeks, but hopefully it's gonna go up again. And then, so yeah, I can't really afford to buy any markers, and I can't really afford to buy the empty ones either, because even the empty ones are expensive. And so I can't really, I just have to work with the markers that I have for right now. And that's a pretty limited range, because I'm not really the type of person who steps out of their comfort zone when it comes to colors. I know what colors I like. Like, I like pinks, I like blues, I like greens, I don't like purple, I don't really like red. I have reds, majority just so I can color blood. Like I said, I had a period where I like to color blood a lot for guts and stuff, but I don't really do this much anymore. But I did initially buy all those reds to do that sort of thing, and so I have reds, a little bit of reds. I like greens, like I said, but I don't really have, well, I actually have a lot of greens. I don't really feel any particular way towards yellow, and I don't really have that many yellows. And orange is my second favorite color, but I actually don't have that many oranges, because I'm not attracted to yellow in like a illustrative sense, in like an artistic sense. I like orange as a color. Like I said, it's my second favorite color is green and then orange. But whenever I feel like I make a piece with orange, I feel like I don't really like it. But you know what? It might just be because I don't have enough orange colors. Honestly, I think I have like 5 orange markers in comparison to like 12 of the other ones. Like I definitely have at least 24 blues, and I have a bunch of pink. I have a lot of green. I have a shit ton of brown for skin tones. All varieties of brown slash, what's it called? Not cream. I don't know. What color would you say is like lighter skin tones? I don't know. Paler skin tones. So I have like paler skin tones, and then I have darker brown skin tones. And so I have a lot of those. I have like 30 of those markers, just because for a long time I was like, I have to use like actual skin tones when I'm painting people, which is not true. Thankfully I know that now, so I can use other colors like blues and pinks and stuff for skin tones. But I can only do so many of those because I only have so many of those other colors. I just wasted so much money on skin tone markers just because I was like, well, it's gotta be realistic. No, it doesn't, idiot. Not to say that if you're a person who only does realistic skin tones that you're an idiot, but I just realized for me, the sorts of characters that I like to color are not necessarily people just have realistic skin tones. I like to draw, like demons and not and like aliens and shit like that, and so unrealistic skin tones is fun for that. Sorry if I'm not really super talking about the current art piece too much right now. Honestly, when I was doing it, I kind of felt like my brain was sort of on autopilot. I was mostly just copying the reference. And I feel like that's probably partially why I don't like it so much. So when I'm like normally creating a piece, I'm creating it from like imagination, right? I don't feel like my imagination's super good. I feel like when I close my eyes, I don't actually like see an apple, if that makes sense. I know people who have imaginations where they can like actually close their eyes and like physically like see an apple right there. I cannot do that. So when I'm actually picturing things in my mind's eye, when I want to draw them, it's like super vague. And I feel like mostly it's I don't feel like it's an actual picture, and so when I put it on paper, I can be like, yeah, that looks kind of similar to what I had in my mind's eye, right? And it's more like I can see it in terms of words, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, so when I actually have like a reference in front of me, I have something to compare the picture to, and I feel like my art never lives up to the reference, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? Honestly, I think it just means I have to get better at art. I think everything I do on this channel just makes me feel like I just need to get better at art, which is like chill. It's true. I feel like everybody always needs to get better at art. Even masters are probably like, oh, my art's not very good. Which makes you feel weird about it as like a beginner. And I feel like I've been doing art for a really long time, but I'm still a beginner, if that makes sense. Like moderate beginner to like medium level artist. I feel like saying that you're a beginner after doing art for like 8 years would probably seem like disingenuous. But genuinely I still feel like I'm a beginner. I don't really have like a way of like applying style in like a way that's like really I wouldn't say unique, but like in a way that's, I guess unique would be the right word. And so I feel like I just sort of kind of copy things. But maybe that's just because my art is not super stylized. It is stylized to an extent, but also it's not like super stylized and illustrative. So maybe that's my issue, is that I'm not great at stylizing for myself. I don't know. But that's just because I feel like my art style's kind of simple. I don't know. It's not realistic, obviously. It's like stylized with like anime type eyes and full lips and stuff, but I don't know. Anyway, I just said I was not going to add purple, and then I lied to you guys. I did add purple. I added purple right at the end. I was like, well, I have to shade her eyes. And then after I shaded her eyes, I was like, well, what if I just put a little bit of purple in her hair? And then after I put purple in her hair, I was like, what if I just add a little bit of purple to her outfit? And so I couldn't resist. I tried so hard to resist putting purple in this, and I couldn't do it. I was just like, it just needs a little bit of purple. And you know what? I actually do like it better a little bit more after I added the purple in. It's just, I'm so simple-minded. I know what I like. I don't know why I always try to stop myself from doing stuff that I know I want to do. And then I just feel guilty about it because I'm like, I should have done that. But it's like, yeah, you should have. It looks better now to my mind. You guys can tell me if it looks worse, but I feel like the purple adds dimension. I don't know. And then I was like, but what if I added more? And I was like, no. We'll just add a little bit, just a little bit. Just so that way it looks a little bit different, right? And then I went ahead and added the whites for the shininess of the leather. I went in first with this, what's it called? It's a Posca pen, but it's like this brush pen. And I had never used this before. I bought it because I was like, oh, it's a brush. It should be useful for when I do paintings, even though I don't fucking do paintings. But I was doing a couple paintings on canvas a while ago, just for fun, because I had like a bunch of canvas hanging out because my family likes to buy me canvas. And I'm like, I don't paint. And they're like, here's a canvas. I'm like, I guess I'll put something on it. I have it, right? And so I bought that pen for that, and I never used it for that. So I use it on here, and then I was like, it's not opaque, what the fuck? And so I just went in with my normal Posca after that, and it looked better to me. I feel like it doesn't look like leather at all. Her outfit definitely is leather. I didn't draw it to look like leather. I was just like, it looks like clothes, right? And so that's what I did. And so going in with the whites, I tried to copy where the highlights were in the photo, but I didn't have to do a good job, you guys. I was just like, just finish it. I'm so done with this picture. It's fine. I'll just add the highlights a little bit. And actually I do think the highlights make the pants look a little bit more fun. I don't think they make them look worse. I mean, they're obviously not like super planned out, and I feel like they look a little bit off. But overall, I liked adding them. I think they look a little cute. And I added a lot of highlights to her face. And I feel like I like her face better after I added the white highlights under the eyes. And it's like, of course you do. You do that because you like it. And I really do like it. I really like the highlights under the eyes. I don't know what artist I stole that from, but whoever you are, thank you. I really like the way it makes my art look. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for spending this time with me. I'll go ahead and see you in the next one. Bye.